control, or the Canadian Firearms Act, whichever you want to refer to it as. Representing today will be my cap gun. What this video is going to be about, this is just some of the paperwork you're going to need, not all of it, but just some of the paperwork you're going to need to get a gun or firearms in Canada. There's a few forms to fill out, then there's some hunting license and stuff there. There's a few cards and stuff like you'll have to carry and all that. So this is just to give you an idea, how strict Canadian gun laws actually are. I'll start with the basics. Basically, you got to take, you're walking down the street one day and you go, ding, I want to go out hunting. I want to learn how to use a firearm, or I want to go to a hunting range, or a shooting range or whatever. I want to get a gun. So how do you get into it? Well, first off, although I'm not a government employer, it's just I've been through the process quite a few times. What you're going to have to do is start with the RCMP, because they control all guns, and then there's provincial regulations and municipal regulations that you're going to have to fill out and learn as you go. But basically, call if you want to find out where the firearms course is in your area. Call the RCMP at 1-800-731-4000. Ask them why the sky is blue and how do you get a gun and where do you take the course and where's the course in your area. And if they don't know, they're usually pretty good. They'll get back to you if they don't know, or they'll pass you along to a department. Be prepared to play a lot of phone tag. And if you are considering getting a firearm in Canada, be prepared to take an awful long time to get. This is not going to happen overnight, just to let you know. A lot of people think it's too easy to get a gun in Canada, but it's the opposite. If you're law-abiding, it's very difficult. I'll try to keep my political views as minimal as possible, because we are, after all, talking about guns, and everybody has their say on it and all that. But as you see, I have my trigger lock on my cap gun, just so I'm not breaking any laws. I'm in the process, just give you a little bit of history of who I am. I'm a hunter, I'm a fisherman, and I'm a trapper. Now, I'm in the process of trying to actually buy myself a beautiful Smith & Wesson 686 357 Magnum with a nice 7-inch barrel and the unfluted cylinder. This is a representative of that and looks just like it. Not. But anyway, this is just kind of show you how safe we have to be here in Canada. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of videos. It's going to be a series of videos because I can't cover it all in one video. I'll start with the very, very basics, from how to get a long gun, how to be able to hunt, right up to getting a restricted firearm, which would be considered like a handgun or something like that, or an AR-15. I'll give you the quick track for those of you interested in AK-47s. They're banned in Canada. You can get knockoff variants like the CZ585, but other than that, AKs are banned. Handguns, the basic rundown is you pretty much have to be a gun range member to own a handgun. You have to, here in Quebec, you have to shoot 2 days a year on the books in order to maintain ownership of your handgun. If you give up your membership to a gun range and you have a handgun, you either have to sell your handgun or a restricted firearm, or the police come take it and they take the chops off to it, regardless of what you paid for it. But there's nothing criminal in that, because remember, it's all about gun safety, right? Anyway, there's that, and there is another reason to own a handgun in Canada, and that is wilderness protection, or an occupational thing. Military police, park rangers, that type of thing. But we're a long way from there, so before we run, we got to learn how to walk, and we're going to start with the very, very basic, and that's the firearms, safety course. This is where it all starts, and this is for the long gun. So anyway, I'm going to pause it here. I'll get it set up, and I'll show you what you have to go through. Okay, gun control, or the Canadian Firearms Act, whichever you want to refer to it as. Representing today will be my cap gun. What this video is going to be about, this is just some of the paperwork you're going to need, not all of it, but just some of the paperwork you're going to need to get a gun or firearms in Canada. There's a few forms to fill out, then there's some hunting license and stuff there. There's a few cards and stuff like you'll have to carry and all that. So this is just to give you an idea, how strict Canadian gun